practice fire safety in the home. If you have children, practice a fire evacuation plan, because kids aren't, if you don't ever sound off that smoke detector and let them know why that smoke detector sounds like that and what that actually means, they'll never know.
That's true.
And the thing is you've got to train them. Just like we're training kids in schools to do fire drills, how to get out during a fire drill, it's the same thing at home. You've got to practice with your kids.
Well, welcome back, everyone, to another episode of Town Talk. And today we're very excited to have, of course, from our fire department, our new fire marshal, Miss Annette Ponce. How are you?
Good.
Thanks for being here.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
How long has it been since you've been with the city?
It's almost a year. November 18th is when I got here. So yeah, almost a year.
Wow.
And it's gone by like,
flown.
oh my gosh, like it's gone by. I can't even remember the first day I was here. It's just like, shh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It feels like that.
But Victoria's been good to me, so
yeah,
I've really been enjoying it.
I was going to say, tell me about that. And where were you coming from?
Coming from Dallas.
I didn't want to say Dallas and be wrong. I think I knew that.
Dallas is being a big city, overcrowded city.
Yes.
But Victoria's been great. It's been, more quaint here. Everybody's really, welcoming. So yeah, it's been a really nice adjustment.
Good. Well, tell me a little bit about what you get to do here for the fire department.
So I run the fire prevention division within the fire department. I'm the fire marshal, and then I have an assistant fire marshal, Drew Pilkington. He's actually new to our group. And then I have 3 other inspectors that work under in my office. And so, and then I can't forget Connie. She's our administrative assistant. She does a lot of work for us too. So, I have a staff of 5, and we go out and we conduct inspections. We provide education. We get out into the community. But right now, that's 2 of my people are fairly new, but they're getting it. They're getting outside, doing what they need to do, getting, interacting with the community, interacting with the fire stations and the firefighters. So it's been really good.
That's awesome. I know you were telling me a little bit about some of the education programs you guys have throughout the year, one of which is a smoke detector.
Yes.
And fire alarm program. Tell us about it.
Yes, our smoke detector initiative is something that we do twice a month. And it's typically twice a month. Sometimes it's once a month, depending on training, because we do use firefighters to conduct that initiative. But we do the initiative. We go out into neighborhoods within the city of Victoria, and we knock on doors and we ask people, if they need smoke detectors. Sometimes they'll say, yes, we have them, but we'll say, hey, can we check them, make sure that they're placed correctly?
Right.
And then if they don't have them, we install them. And we usually install them, typically this is the way it goes, is it one in each bedroom or sleeping area, and then one in the hallway. So they're, protected throughout the house. And we show them how to test them. We provide any education while we're there. If they have little kids, we provide education when it comes to, children. We're available so that if they have any questions, they can ask us while we're there.
Right.
But it's been a really good program. It was started with Chief Gomez, and he implemented it, and it's just really taken off. Our fire marshal's office works with fire operations, which is the firefighters, and we just go out into the neighborhood on Saturdays between 9 a.m. and 11 a.m.
How do you guys select which neighborhoods you do throughout the year? Do you hit them all?
Well, we're trying to hit them all. We do want to try to hit at least 90% in the next few years. But we pick. There's really no set order. We want to try to hit everyone that we can. But right now, they're just in a neighborhood where we had started, and I don't really know the areas right now.
Sure.
But we start in a neighborhood, and then we'll just move into another neighborhood And there's really no specific reason we're in that neighborhood because we believe that everyone in the city of Victoria should have smoke detectors.
Right.
And everyone should take advantage of this program because the program is free.
Yeah.
All they have to do is call our office, schedule an appointment. We'll go if they can't. If it's to where they work all day and they don't get home till 7, if we have to come at 8 o'clock, we'll come at 8 o'clock. We'll schedule that with them when they're home.
That makes sense.
Yeah, but we believe that everybody needs it. Everybody needs to be protected. So
Yeah, for sure. And that makes sense because you might ring someone's doorbell if you're in a certain neighborhood and they might not be home. They might be working.
Yeah, that's true.
So
Yep.
if they maybe hear from their neighbor that, hey, someone came by, then they
actually-
can always call you guys.
And actually, we leave door hangers.
Oh,
we leave door
good.
hangers, and it says, "We missed
I
you."
wondered. I was
Yeah,
going to
we
put y'all on
missed you.
blast in case y'all didn't do that,
No.
but that's great to hear.
Yeah, no, we leave door hangers, and
There
they
you
say,
go.
"We missed you." It has our phone number.
Very cool.
And believe me, they use it. They see it, and they're calling. So
That's
we're really
neat.
happy about that.
It boggles my mind sometimes how much every really department, but in this area that you guys do, that just the general public doesn't even realize on a day-to-day basis. So that's neat.
Right. Yeah. So that's something that we're, it's a way to get into the community. There's presence within the community. A lot of the community doesn't know what the fire marshal's office does, or even what our firefighters do. They,
Right.
They may have this, thought of hey, they just fight fires, but we really are. A community-driven department. We want to be able to make sure that our community is safe. They're our priority. So yeah, this gives us this gives us a way to get out there and interact with those we serve.
Yeah, that's awesome. So another thing that is on my notes here, thanks, Gabe. Appreciate the assist, is Fire Safety 3 theme for the month of, it looks like February. Is that right? Anyway, charge into fire safety, lithium-ion batteries in your home. What's that about?
So National Fire Protection Association, that is the, nationwide theme. And it was to bring awareness to people who don't know how to maintain batteries or dispose of batteries. A lot of times most everything has a lithium battery. Our cell phones, our laptops, toys, scooters. But what people don't realize is that there's ways to, prevent a fire from happening when you have those lithium batteries. So like with cell phones, yes, if you're going to charge your cell phone, use the cord that it came with.
Yeah.
Don't, use something different. Also, when you charge it, don't charge it on something flammable. Charge it on a flat surface, a non-flammable surface. Disposing of the batteries, make sure that you're disposing of them correctly. You can't just throw the batteries in the trash. You have to call a recycle company in your area to see if they take those batteries and recycle them. But it's brought awareness because there have been many fires that have happened with lithium batteries. I mean, think about the airports. They don't allow you to pack your laptops or to pack anything that has a lithium battery in it and have that checked in. You have to have that on board with you.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm really glad to see that we're actually honing in on that specific safety measure because I don't think people realize that these batteries can really cause damage.
Yeah, I agree because, I'm sure people listening or even talking about the topic might scroll through social media and see some pretty crazy stuff out there. I saw them nodding their heads earlier when you were talking about a cell phone, putting it on the right charger, how fires can start from that.
Yes.
I'll never forget scrolling and seeing this really weird story. I don't even know. It was true because there were pictures, but this high school student was sleeping. His phone was right next to him on his head. It was on the charger. I don't know exactly how this happened, but it burned his face and he had to go to the hospital, to the ER. Right. So what's the craziest situation you've seen?
In my experience, I've as a fire investigator, I responded to an apartment fire where the phone was laying on the bed and it was being charged and it caused the whole room to to just burst in flames. I mean, because you had it on bedding. Bedding's flammable. The bed itself is flammable. Everything around it was, and the whole unit within that apartment complex was burned. And then I also had a scooter where they charged it inside the dining room, and that scooter was just the battery actually got overheated. It burst into flames and it burned down that whole apartment.
Oh my goodness. Well, it's got me rethinking some of my kids' toys, but usually we charge that. We're there and then they use it.
Right,
That's
right.
crazy.
Yeah. So, and another thing I was going to mention was if you have a battery and the battery stops working, say in a toy, don't just buy a battery off of Amazon. Buy one that's gone through UL listing, Underwriters Laboratory listing, that they've tested that battery. And it's the right battery for that product.
This is good.
Yes.
Well, because, I mean, you just search for anything on Amazon these days, but then you notice, wait a second, the quality, that's kind of a knockoff. Wait.
Exactly.
Quality over low price on batteries, people,
Right.
if you take anything
Right.
from this
Right.
combo. Well, let's talk about some upcoming fun events. One of the ones that I know my staff is assisting with and we've been gearing up for alongside you guys is the fire prevention show.
Yes. We're
And,
excited about that.
Yeah, tell me more about it. My son was very excited to learn of the theme.
So we have our theme this year is SpongeBob and Friends. And it's going to be from October 7th, 8th, and 9th. That's during Fire Prevention Week. On the 9th, we encourage everyone who is not within the VISD school district to come on the 9th, because the 9th is open to the public. If you have preschool children, any age that want to come, and especially homeschool children that want to come and enjoy the show, it's free. They can come on the 9th, and I think it'll be a good time.
Yeah, it sounds like it. Well, very excited to see it.
Yes,
I'll
and
be
that
there for
shows-
one of those days.
That show's going to be at 9 a.m. I did want to mention
yeah.
that on the 9th.
Yeah, that's good.
Only one show on the 9th at 9 a.m. Yes.
Perfect. And then, of course, we're going to rebroadcast it. Oh, cute little photo right there. We're going to rebroadcast it on our TV 15. So if you're local, you can check it out on TV channels 15 and 115. Cool.
Perfect.
What else? One thing I haven't asked you. What is a fun fact?
About me.
Yes. I told you we were going to switch gears because we can't just be solely like
Fun fact.
work.
Oh. I don't, there's really not, I don't know.
You used to be a PIO for the department in Dallas.
Yes, so I served as PIO probably for about 8 years, and not consecutively. I think I did 4 or 5 in the beginning, and then I did, sporadically year after year, between the years that I served as PIO. But yet, public information, that's probably something a lot of people don't know about me. I was at one time the face of Dallas Fire Rescue, and I don't know if I should say that because I work for Victoria.
You're going to be the face of Fire Marshal's office here.
That's right. But in my past career, I don't know if a lot of people know too that I've been, in the fire service for now 31 years. And that's a long time. I started when I was 22 years old and didn't think that I was going to stay in the fire service. And I met my husband there, fireman, and had 2 children. And I was like, okay, yeah, I think I'm better off staying. Yeah, I already have a family and kids. So yeah,
that is awesome.
Yep.
What else in another life were you thinking about doing?
I've always loved the fire department. I've tried to do the private sector, but I'm just my passion for what I do, and where my background. It's just real hard to get away from that.
Yeah.
And so, I think that if I retire one day, I'm probably going to retire and maybe be, who knows, a fire safety consultant somewhere. You know?
Still in the
But it's
in the
still
field.
within the field, just within that, serving others is huge for me. And so, I've just been pretty passionate about it for a while, a long time.
Yeah.
I don't know that I would do anything else.
Yeah, that's awesome. Well, what else? What else is going on?
Well, from hearing from Gabe, somebody's got a pumpkin spiced bread or something. I don't know. I don't know where he's going to get that, but I want some of that. And Shipley's, of course, he told me that too. He's trying to make me gain weight. He's got a cold brew donut.
For it.
He knows that we like donuts, right? So he's like, "There's a cold brew donut."
Have a
and
question.
I said, "Why? Why do you have to torture me like that?"
I just have a question. At what point did someone in the world, what human being said, law enforcement or public safety first responders, we need to give them donuts? Like, that's
I have no idea.
When did that become a thing?
I don't know. I
It's a
have
legit
no
question.
idea. It is a good question. I want to know what the
Why
history
couldn't they
and
dangle, I don't know, something healthier in front of you guys?
You know what? Maybe it was
that you
back
would still
then.
enjoy.
Maybe it has to do with back then, back in the days, like in the 40s and 50s, they used to hang around at the
Back
donut
in the
shop.
days.
Yeah. The 40s and 50s.
Maybe while patrolling, they'd take a break, show
and
up
went
at
to
a
the
coffee
donut shop
or donut
Yeah.
shop.
Or
That's so
have
funny.
coffee and a donut.
Well, it became a thing, and
Yeah.
we got to change it. Maybe just show up at salad places. Chick-fil-A. Just go to Chick-fil-A.
Yes, that's right.
Well, it's been so great having you, Annette.
Thank
I do have
you.
one
Thank
last
you.
question.
Yes.
If there was anything you wanted the general public or a resident who's listening to take away from this episode, what would you want them to not forget about? What's the main message? I mean, obviously all this fun stuff, but what is the main message of the fire marshal's office?
I think the main message is that practice fire safety. Mm-hmm. And it's not just taking advantage of our program, which I hope everyone does. For the smoke detectors. It's not just that. It's practice fire safety in the home. If you have children, practice a fire evacuation plan, because kids aren't. I mean, if you don't ever sound off that smoke detector and let them know why that smoke detector sounds like that and what that actually means, they'll never know.
That's true.
And the thing is you've got to train them. Just like we're training kids in schools to do fire drills, how to get out during a fire drill, it's the same thing at home. You've got to practice with your kids. It's so important, because I think that a lot of times we become complacent, or we think, our kids know what to do. They really don't. They don't know to get low under smoke. They don't know not to go to mom and dad's bedroom. They don't know that they can open the window and get outside. There's a lot of things they don't know, and they need to practice that. I taught my kids from the get-go. I'd say, okay, we're going to do a pretend fire drill. Act like you're laying in bed. So
Yeah.
the girls would be like, and I go, deet, deet, what do you do? Get low. They would get on the ground, and they loved it, because
Yeah.
they knew. I said, every time we did it, I would praise them with something. Hey, we're going to go get ice cream after this, but you got to do it the way I've taught you. They get low, go to the door, feel the door.
If it's
Is
not
the door
hot?
hot? No, it's not hot, Mom.
Yeah.
Okay, go down the hallway and get out the front door.
Wow.
Yeah, so they knew that, and even now as adults, they're 26 and 30. Where they live, they make sure that a window's openable in their room. They're like, hey, Mom, we made sure this window was open, and I got smoke detectors. And
Yeah.
and I mean,
That's awesome.
It's just something you have to teach them. And
Yeah.
at a young age, they're absorbing that stuff.
Yeah, they
they're
do.
sponges,
Yeah.
man. And they love, when you know this, y'all have kids. I mean, my kids loved when I'm just like, y'all did so good. Okay, now we're going to go get a treat
Yeah.
because you did. But I would practice at least, once a month.
Yeah.
And it was
Good.
quick. It was a quick thing,
Yeah,
I'm going to push
yeah.
the button. What does that mean, And you could do some surprise ones. There's a study, you should probably share it with them, because it has to do with children who become, they don't, children unfortunately don't identify the tone of a smoke detector.
Yeah.
They
I can
don't
see what you're
identify
saying.
with it.
Yeah.
So what they did was they did this study where they put these smoke detectors, which I told Gabe I had one, because Kidda came out and they gave us these smoke detectors. They said, we want you to put them in your family's homes and test them. Well, I put my voice on it. So I'd say, Marcella, Bianca,
That's
there's a fire,
cool.
get up, but
That's
very
really
clear.
cool.
And you could hear, and they would get up because they hear their mother's voice or
Yeah.
father's, and they know something's wrong if they're talking to me. But
Yeah.
the tone kind of just, kids would not wake up. There's studies where kids would just lay through, and smoke is just like fake smoke's just filling the
Because
room.
the beep is so faint. It's like beep.
Well, even for
Or even I think it's just the tone.
Yeah.
It's the tone, because
It's
it could be
rhythmic,
beep, beep,
right?
beep.
Rhythmic
Yeah.
puts
And
you to
it
sleep
just
versus
doesn't-
the opposite.
Yeah, it just doesn't affect them like it does an adult.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh,
So that's why I practice.
interesting.
You know, now they know when you're practicing with that smoke detector, they're like, oh, this means something's going on.
Yeah.
I'm familiar with that sound now, and I know what it means.
Yeah.
It means get out.
Yeah, because I know my kids, like all the
You'd be
sounds.
surprised. I used to do a lot of fire education shows where I had 2 and 3 year olds. You'd be surprised how quick they're like, okay. I'm like, okay, and I'll sit them down. I'm like, all right, when you hear this beep, and I don't want anybody to be scared, we're gonna have fake smoke. It's gonna look like a cloud, and some of them will be like, you know, and I'm like,
Fake
it's
smoke.
not gonna hurt you, you know, and I'm here. I'm gonna protect you, you know. I said, but we're gonna pretend. Everybody, close your eyes. And these 2 and 3 year olds, they'll listen to everything, and then they'll slowly get down. They'll crawl to the window.
Yeah.
Because we used to have this big mobile unit in Dallas that we could use, and it would seat like 10, 15 kids. And on one side, the other side was kitchen safety. But it was just, it was neat because these, and then they'd go, the next year they would come, they'd go, we saw you last year, we know what to do, you know?
And they remember.
Yeah, they would practice at home. They would we would tell them, you gotta practice. Tell mom and dad,
Yeah.
you have to practice. And so they go home and they're like, we have to practice, you know, because they think it's so, at that time, you know, they're like, this is really important. But kids they'll catch on. They catch on very quickly.
Yeah.
Very quickly. But yeah.
Yeah,
so.
that's definitely got me thinking.
Because we all think that the fire's never going to happen to us, right?
Yeah.
People always think like that. Oh, we're always careful.
Yeah.
And a lot of times fires aren't because of human negligence.
Yeah.
You have a wire in your ceiling. You've got lighting, whatever. It could be anything. The dryer. We've had dryer fires. I mean.
Dryer fires?
Dryer fires where the lint is like, there's lint that you think just because you pull that
Yes.
little lint thing out and you clean it.
You got to
That's
get
not enough.
into it.
You got to get a vacuum in there. You got to pull it out. There's a tube
back
that's in the
tube gets
bag.
stuck.
You got to suck all the lint out of that. Yeah, I would do it at my house because after seeing so much, all these years that I've
crazy.
been in there, and being a fire investigator, you just knew, when you saw the dryer that was on fire, you're like, yeah. And then you go
Yikes.
back there and look, and you're like, yeah, it wasn't clean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is scary. But
yeah,
good
it is
reminders.
Scary. It is scary, yeah. Yeah. I mean, and that's why, too, having things plugged in. If you're going to leave the house and you're going to be out of town, I unplug everything. I don't want any energy coming into that house.
Do you remember what happened?
Except your fridge and stuff. I'm just talking about like cords for the phones. Just leaving them plugged in, nothing plugged in.
That scares me. because I always think about the tip of it, and I'm always like, will that ever spark a fire?
Yep,
because
it can.
If it touches against metal or something, it could
can.
actually do something.
I had a couple like that in Dallas. Really nice people, very well known, beautiful home, and they plugged their Tesla into a power strip into a wall.
And left it?
It charged it, and it got too hot. The power strip can't hold.
Aren't Tesla chargers supposed to be like at a designated Tesla charging? I don't have a Tesla. I
Yes.
don't want a Tesla.
Yes,
But
yes, it has
they
to
have a designated charging
yes.
station.
George and I just ran into that situation a while ago. It's funny because we were trying to charge some batteries, and the
Dang.
thing that they gave us out of package, I told George, I think this is going to have to go into an outlet. It can't be powered from
The universal
a
charger.
universal charger that has a bunch of ports. I was
Yep.
like,
We
"It has
okay in here?"
USB-C," and I was like,
Yeah, yeah.
And so I was right though, because on it though it has a safety.
And
on it.
that's what I was talking about, the lithium.
Yeah.
Because we can buy lithium batteries all day long on Amazon, but you get something that's not been tested, it comes, and I hate to say it, overseas.
Yeah, I didn't want to say it, but
I didn't want to say it either,
when
but
you
it
order
is-
from China, half the
yeah.
time, I mean, from Amazon, half the time it's from China.
China, yeah, and they're not testing it. They don't have Underwriters Laboratory there, and that's a state thing. I mean, that's a nationwide USA thing. Underwriters Laboratory,
Yeah.
they test everything, and if they put their seal on it, that means this is good. But yeah, I mean, you just can't put a battery that you think is going to go. That's why I look at the manufacturer, and then sometimes manufacturers say, yeah, you could use this battery, not ours, not Sony, but you can use this one. It's comparable, and it is UL listed. So
Yeah. Where, if any, I'm even thinking about my family, where can we find more resources on that to learn a little bit more?
So the NFPA website.
NFPA?
Yes, it's a National Fire Protection Association. It's a great website that you can go to. You can even get like coloring books, like print them off for your kids,
Yeah.
and it shows them fire safety material. And you can always call our office.
Yep.
We'd be happy to provide any education to anyone.
Yeah.
And even if you want us to come do a fire safety talk, we're open to that too.
Yeah, that is awesome. What is that, sorry, random, but that mascot you guys usually have?
Sparky.
Sparky. I didn't want to say a weird name and it not
Yeah,
be it.
I'm hoping Sparky will be at National Night's kickoff.
Yeah,
this-
National Night Out.
I
That
hope
is coming
so.
up too.
I hope- yes.
So save the
Yes,
dates because
yes.
there's a lot going on, Victoria.
absolutely.
You can't say there's nothing to do in Victoria because clearly I just gave you a laundry list of things to
That's
do.
right.
So
That's
save the
right.
date. All right. Well, thanks again,
Thank
Annette.
you.
We'll talk
Appreciate
to you soon and next time.
All right, thank you.
Hey guys, thanks for tuning in to today's episode of Town Talk. Check out future episodes at victoriatx.gov/Town Talk, or of course, subscribe to our YouTube channel and our Spotify account. Make sure you hit that notification button to be sure that you get alerted instantly when our new episodes debut. You don't want to get behind, you want to stay informed, so make sure you do that. We appreciate your support, couldn't do it without you. So thanks again, and we'll talk to you next time.